I can't show it right now. Like,
Show it.
shut the fuck up.
Show it.
Do you know how hard it is for me to go through all my stuff? Let me see
Show
this.
it.
Has Blizzard abandoned the idea of Warcraft 4? This is something that I've wanted. Like, RTS right now is in the worst state that it's ever been in. All right? I think we can all agree on that.
Most likely, you guys have played this thing. You played it. You played the Frozen Throne expansion.
Goddamn right.
You fell in love with Arthas. You're sitting there thinking, man, Blizzard, when's the next one coming out? When's Warcraft 4? And for all these years, we've been waiting. All these years, we've been just twiddling our thumbs. Where's that, Blizzard? Where's the Warcraft 4,
Not
Blizzard?
thumbs.
Guys, has Blizzard abandoned the idea of Warcraft 4? That is the question. A while back, I made a YouTube video and I was talking about Warcraft 4 and how I felt that Blizzard was setting the stage for a Warcraft 4 announcement through the lore and Legion. I felt like
it could have happened.
When they were talking about Illidan being a leader of the Army of the Light, I felt, okay, you know, they're going to do some sort of, you know, out there outer space thing or some outer space attack on Azeroth again, something with the Void maybe, or, you know, they're going to continue the storyline of the Burning Legion, maybe conclude the storyline of the Burning Legion. I didn't know. This was back before we got the I Am My Scars cinematic with Illidan being, you know, like, you know, touched by a Naru in a very dirty place. I made that discussion video. I felt that maybe Blizzard was setting the stage for a new Warcraft game, and I was wrong. And so since then, I've sat here and I've thought to myself,
that cat?
Is Blizzard planning on doing a Warcraft 4?
What's the other
Some
cat?
people say we're never going to see a Warcraft 4.
Where are these
It's
cats
just going to be World of Warcraft
I hate
forevermore.
cats.
The
Fuck you.
storyline through the RTS games is over. It's all just going to be told through the MMO, but I like to remain optimistic. Because we don't really have any big
Warcraft 4 would be
major
amazing.
announcements that are coming out at BlizzCon this year, unless Blizzard throws us a curveball and hits us with a Diablo 4 or a StarCraft 3 or
I think we're gonna get
maybe
Diablo
even
4.
a Warcraft 4, maybe there's hope. But at this rate,
another cat.
what is Warcraft 4 even going to be about? I thought, if anything, Warcraft 4 would potentially be about a battle for Azeroth, a battle between the Horde and the Alliance. I envisioned in my mind these cutscenes in the game of King Varian versus Vol'jin or versus Thrall or something, maybe even Sylvanas. I thought about the armies of the Forsaken being a faction. Maybe the Forsaken break free of the Horde for a little while in the events of Warcraft 4, and they make their own faction, and the Horde is forced to fight against them, while at the same time fighting against the Alliance. And it kind of, you know, harkens back to Warcraft 3. You've got the Scourge, you've got the humans, you've got the orcs and the trolls and the Tauren and stuff. Maybe even the Night Elves for some reason break out and they themselves form like their own faction. So we get the Night Elf faction back. And maybe,
Something like Warcraft 3.
maybe there would be a new faction that would come along. A new faction that would be completely unique to Warcraft 4 that did not exist back in Warcraft 3. Who knows?
Ogres.
It could be the Tuskar faction.
Ah.
Blizzard, look at me. If you take that idea, make sure you give me credit. It would be a fantastic idea and you'd make a lot of money. The point is, that's what I thought was going to potentially happen with Warcraft 4, but we're getting this new expansion called Battle for Azeroth, so that's kind of unlikely. But at the same time, guys, you know, I'm really excited for a Warcraft 4, and I'm really optimistic for it, and I want to see it. But, you know, we talked about this earlier on my stream, but strategy games are kind of dead. I mean, when's the last big, crazy strategy game? Like, what was the last one that came out that you can think of? I'm sure there is one. I'm sure, like, something came out recently that I just haven't heard of. But the last strategy game that I heard of that came out was Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars? Come on, man. Age of Empires 2 back in the day. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, Command and Conquer.
Oh my God.
Warcraft.
Those are all the original games.
StarCraft 2. Warcraft 3. Great games, man. Great games. Warhammer strategy games. But now it's like, back in the day, it just seems like RTS games were coming out left and right. You couldn't go two steps without falling over a strategy game, and now
those were the
it's
days,
kinda
man.
like the market has dried up and died. which I think is a big unfortunate thing. And
I think it's
maybe
because
that's
people
why
are
Blizzard
stupider
isn't
now.
doing a Warcraft 4, because they think no one's gonna play it. They think, strategy games
You
are
mean
just
more
kind of like a
stupid?
dead genre. I've heard people
Stupider.
say that online. We talked about it on stream, and it's kind of true.
word.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But just
Dumbass.
speaking for myself here, I'd love a Warcraft 4. I'd love it to be able to control Sylvanas or Thrall or even Anduin, as weird as that is to say. You guys know me. But even Anduin, controlling him and wandering around, nice updated graphics and stuff, very similar to Warcraft 3, harkening back. How cool would it be to be wandering around as, I don't even know, like just some really powerful paladin and getting that devotion aura again and just giving that extra armor to your troops.
I forgot all about that
You know what I
cinematic.
mean? You know what I mean? I really hope that game companies out there don't think that there's not a demand for strategy games. Because there's a lot of people out there, me, my friends, my community on Twitch, you guys maybe, who are like, man, I can't wait for the next big strategy game to come out.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Age of Empires 4 to come out. I'm really excited for Age of Empires 4.
It'll be fucking
I really
amazing.
hope it's not going to suck. I would love to see a StarCraft 3. I would love to see a Warcraft 4.
Yes.
It's something I really want to see,
Fuck
I wanna see some
StarCraft.
new life in the strategy
Who cares about
game
StarCraft?
genre. So Blizzard, if you're watching this
I
video,
love StarCraft.
maybe you're
No, you
thinking
don't.
to yourselves, man, we'd like to make Warcraft 4, but it's kind of complicated, and integrating its storyline into the World of Warcraft storyline would be kind of weird because the events of Warcraft 4 obviously wouldn't happen in World of Warcraft, so we'd have to do like a time skip in World of Warcraft. Like, let's say Warcraft 4 came out after BFA, and in Warcraft 4, let's say
what I
Thrall
thought they should do.
dies, for example. So in the expansion after BFA, Thrall is suddenly dead, and the people that didn't play Warcraft 4 wouldn't know that, and they'd be like, hey, why is Thrall dead? And people would say, oh, well, he died in Warcraft 4, and they'd be like, what the heck, man? And why is Stormwind burned to the ground? And why is Orgrimmar flying in the air now? And, why has the Undercity been turned into a spaceship? Oh, dude, it's just Warcraft 4, man. It all happened in Warcraft 4. I know that there's going to be some complications with the story. I understand that. I know that you're going to create some confusion in the player base. I understand that. But, Blizzard, I think it would be worth it. Hell, I think it would even be worth it to create a Warcraft 4 that takes place in a previous expansion. I mean, hell, for example, I would love it
That could
if
be
we
cool.
saw a Warcraft 4 that took place
Wrath
and
of
was
Lich King.
based in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion.
Great
a
idea.
Warcraft game that is literally sort of a direct sequel to Warcraft 3. The Horde shows up on the shores of Northrend. They fight against Arthas. We see some really cool, heavy CGI cinematics of armies fighting against the Lich King and the Scourge, harkening back to Warcraft 3. That would be amazing. You get to play as Garrosh Hellscream leading the Kor'kron elite, in Borean Tundra and conquering the zone.
so big, man.
You get to play as the Alliance Bolvar Foredragon, and you get to lead the forces of the Alliance, the dwarves, the humans, the gnomes, all these guys. You're leading them through the Dragonblight, conquering Naxxramas, whatever. That would be cool. Blizzard, if you're worried about story, maybe set Warcraft 4 in a previous expansion of WoW and flesh out the lore of that expansion. And Wrath of the Lich King, I feel, would be the best one to do it in. But Blizzard, if you're not going to do that, if that's not your intention, if you want to do something completely separate, new lore, new characters, whatever, don't worry about story inconsistency or whatever. There is a demand.
They don't do
Yes,
that
there'll
anyway.
be some confusion, but I think people are going to love it in the end. So guys, that's really it. I'm
That would
sorry
be
if
awesome.
it sounds like I'm kind of rabbling a little bit, but there's just so many things that go through my head when it comes to Warcraft 4. I'd love to sit down and just talk about potential Warcraft 4 campaigns with you guys. I'd love to talk about potential races, more serious races, but the Tuskar is a good idea. I mean, come on. It'd be great to sit down and talk with you guys. There's so many things going on in my head, but I'm trying to keep this video short and simple and to the point, kind of. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Warcraft 4 would be a success? Would you be interested in playing it?
Yes.
For those of you that have never played Warcraft 3, if Blizzard released a Warcraft strategy game right now, Warcraft 4, you've never played Warcraft 3, none of the previous games, would you be interested in playing a Warcraft strategy game? Essentially what I'm asking, do you think there is a demand for Warcraft 4? And I don't mean just kind of a demand, because people want it, but do you think people really, really want it? Guys, Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for listening to my
I don't
ramblings
know.
for a few minutes here. Thank you to
That's
the
a good
Patreon
question. I don't know.
supporters for always supporting me and having my back. I love you guys. Thank you to those of you who watch me on Twitch, where we discuss this sort of stuff every week. Thank you to you guys who just watch me on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed my most
What about
recent
thank you to you
machinima,
guys who
The
watch me
Beast
through
of
Asmongold
Silverpine
stream because
Forest.
you ran out of
Go
content?
check it out if you haven't seen it.
What about us?
Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Thanks for always having my back.
What the
And I'll
hell?
see you guys on my next video.
Wow.
Wait, shouldn't you be thanking him?
Well, I mean, you know, like the thing where like one dude takes the other dude's hand and he jerks himself off, while the other dude takes the other guy's hand and he jerks himself off, right?
No,
That's kind of
man.
like how it is whenever you're watching somebody's video on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I think that's the way that I see it. Okay, I'm not saying that's the way it works. I'm just saying that's the way that I see it. Yeah. I don't remember what movie that was on, but that's basically what I think about whenever I think about watching somebody's video on YouTube.